tomorrow is Earth Day. Earth Day, and people around the globe are doing what they can to try to keep the environment clean. So this morning, Ansley Watson is at a place where they do that, and she'll be joining us right now. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. I'm at the Delta County Recycling Center, where we are going to learn how to recycle properly, because believe it or not, a lot of people do not do it properly. But if you can see behind me, there are two huge piles that actually have to be sorted through by hand, and so those come up a conveyor belt where it's then continued sorted into the proper piles. But also the recycling center is doing something extra special for Earth Day, which is tomorrow, so we'll talk more about that later in the hour, so stay with us. Reporting live in Escanaba, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thank you very much, Ansley. And as we start up the day with Earth Day being tomorrow, right now it's a little bit cold. The Delta County landfill does its part, recycling as much as they possibly can. This morning, Ansley Watson is there to show us how they do that. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. We are going to learn how to properly recycle this morning. Cheryl Oman is joining me, and she's Executive Director for Lake State Industries. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we are in the recycling center here for Delta County.
Yep.
And there's a lot to be done here.
That is for certain.
If we look behind us, obviously we see the huge piles that come in.
Right. So the trucks pick up all the recyclables at curbsides, and they everybody just basically puts all of the recyclables in one bin. So it gets picked up in one bin, goes into the truck. The truck comes and drops it all off here into one big pile, and then it's our job to sort through everything, to sort through the cardboard, the plastic, the aluminum, the tin, and the paper.
You have quite the, I guess, the way of doing it here. You have it pretty organized.
Yeah, it's a great setup, really. The stuff comes in, it lands on the floor, it goes onto the conveyor belt, up and then down the sorting line. And so everybody has a place on the sort line to, they have their position, and their job is to either pick plastic or tin, aluminum, and then the paper actually goes off into the last bin. So the goal is to not really have to touch the paper. As long as the paper just keeps going down the line, it ends up in the last bin.
So for example here, this is the tin bin where you throw tin.
Right.
So we have a couple of cans here. We just toss those down the chute.
Yep, exactly.
And then once they're down the chute, that gets shoveled out.
Right, so then once this whole bin is full down here, then they can open up the big doors below, and then we can bale all this tin on the next conveyor line. It goes up the next conveyor line and into the baler.
Now you guys get a lot of recyclables. Well, I guess you can't recycle them. What are some of those things?
Some of the things that do not recycle. Pizza boxes, styrofoam, baby car seats. We just got one of those.
You're kidding?
No, not kidding on that one. Dirty diapers, cat litter. It's amazing what kind of weird things we get here. So really what we want to focus on is the things we can recycle.
Yes. So again, what are those simply?
Number 1s and number 2s plastic. You can see the number right on the bottom of the plastic. Paper, cardboard, tin, which is like your soup cans, your vegetable cans, and aluminum. Sometimes people get aluminum cans in Wisconsin and don't have the deposit on them. We'll take those and we'll recycle them.
And the next building over, that's where our next segment is going to take place. Right. What is that focused towards?
That is the drive-through area. People can come and just drop off the recyclables there, but that's also the area that we store all of the baled stuff. So we'll get to see all of the baled recyclables over there.
All right, stay with us.
All right.
Reporting live.
Tomorrow, many will recognize and celebrate Earth Day by doing something helpful for the environment. Ansley joins us at the Delta County landfill to show us more of something you can do year-round, recycle. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Andrew. They've got a fun little event coming up to celebrate Earth Day here at the Recycling Center in Delta County. Joining me this morning is Cheryl Oman. She's Executive Director for Lake State Industries. Good morning.
Good morning.
So what is this building that we're in right now?
Well, this is kind of a combo building. It's our drop-off. So people can actually just drive right in and drop off their recyclables if they don't have curbside pickup. It's also a storage area for all of our baled stuff before we can ship it, but it's also here for household hazardous waste. So if you have old paint or stains, spray cans of any sort, you can bring that here. We don't have to worry about that going into a landfill. And we have somebody that's qualified that goes through that. And then we also have a little free store.
It's pretty unique to you guys. What is this over here?
So this little free store is basically if the item that you're bringing in, the household hazardous waste, is reusable, we put it here, and if you come to drop stuff off, or you can just come and shop here if you want.
Shop for some paint, some
exactly.
stains.
There's paint, stains, you know, just about any kinds of thing that we don't want to go into the landfill, and you can bring it home and use it. So,
do you know how many tons or amount of waste goes out every month recycling?
Oh, you're going to test me on that.
Yeah, I'm going to test you. Do you remember?
I don't. Well, I know we do 8 semi-loads a month.
Okay.
So I guess if we do the math, it's lots of tons.
Well, we don't have to do the math. We just know it's a lot.
Yeah, but about 8 semi-loads a month we ship to either Wisconsin or Lower Michigan.
Okay, so let's go over on here. We got a little setup. So you're doing something extra special for Earth Day tomorrow.
That's right.
What can people come here and do?
So from 8 until noon, we're going to have an open house at the recycling center. They can come and tour. We're going to have some little contests so they can maybe win some prizes. And we're also going to have some hot dogs and refreshments so they can come and eat and tour and maybe win something.
Did you say the time? What time was it?
From 8 until noon at the recycling center, which is part of the landfill in Delta County.
Okay. This is really interesting. I mean, people can learn more about this tomorrow when they come.
Yep.
But even this T-shirt. This T-shirt was made out of plastic.
That's right.
Recycled plastic?
Recycled plastic. The T-shirt was recycled plastic. This is a ceiling tile that a lot of offices have. That's made out of recycled paper. This is a piece of basically plastic wood that was plastic at one time, and now it pretty much could get made into like a picnic table or a fence or something of the sort. And then this carpet is also recycled fibers of plastic.
Doesn't feel like plastic to me.
It doesn't. It would be a nice, you know, place to sit or lay or whatever.
And then let's recap on the drop-off here. We pan over there, John. People can, it's really organized. I'm pretty impressed by it. People come off and drop off whatever they would like.
That's right. So we have an attendant that's always here during the work day from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And on Thursday it is from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. And you can just drive your car right up, and we have an attendant that will actually, if you just pop your trunk or open your van door, they'll actually take your stuff out and put it in the correct bin. So this makes it really easy because it's already sorted when we bring it over to sort.
I'm sure you guys really appreciate that too.
We do. And you can see what a big bale of recycled plastic looks, or plastic that's going to be recycled. But yeah, that's all plastic.
Wow.
And then there's other plastic and cardboard and paper over in the corner. And so we have lots for people to see. You know, a lot of people just put that recyclable in their bin and they forget about it. Now they can see how it gets processed and what can get made from it.
Wonderful. Well, happy Earth Day tomorrow.
Well, thank you. We're going to save the earth by continuing to recycle,
That's right. That's great. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Reporting live in Escanaba, Ansley Watson, and we'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.